Michelle Hui is a technologist, researcher, and artist whose projects span low-cost medical hardware, urban air quality algorithms, and participatory art. She's pursuing a master's in urban technology at Cornell Tech and has worked in bringing new mobility solutions to market at Alphabet and the United Nations. Her project, Aging Out of Place, Chinatown Elderly, is a participatory, mahjong-inspired installation which constructs a portrait of immigration, isolation, and the challenges of aging in the city amid the new digital age. Check out her work, links in the description box below.
My name is Michelle. My demonstration is called Aging in Place, Aging Out of Place, Chinatown Elderly. Basically, my piece was inspired when I had read this investigative journalism article about how casinos are going out of their way to target Chinese elderly in Chinatown, and they're actually applying to permits to be built near Chinatown. They're sending them free meal vouchers. They're actually building shuttle buses to target these elderly because they've identified mahjong, which is a gambling game in Chinese culture, as kind of a gateway into elderly to go to casinos because gambling in Chinese culture is a lot less stigmatized and it's more seen as a social activity than it is in the West. And ever since I saw that, I thought it was so messed up. But really, this piece is more of an investigation of all the social issues underlying that. Gambling is just the catalyst, but really below all of that, which I've made in my zine. My piece includes a guided zine, which is based into New York City Open Data, going through data design. And you'll essentially discover that as you move around some of the pieces, scenes like elderly playing music at Columbus Park are not fixed. But then as you start playing around, you'll essentially discover some things like this. The police tile of arrest is fixed. And this is what's in the New York City Open Data. This is what's being recorded versus what actually makes up Chinatown, right? All the historic buildings, all the elderly that are there, that's not being represented. So this piece really brings into question the biases that are happening. Alongside that, you'll also start discovering, for example, this one, it's a shuttle of the casinos that are targeting and sending elderly to casinos in Atlantic City. And then you'll also discover other tiles that represent, for example, mental health and social isolation. What's in the data is the gambling, the NYPD, some healthcare resources, but what's not being said is our elderly's lived experiences. We'll capture the qualitative data. So this is all about that. And then it also talks about histories of gentrification. Right now, there's a lot of controversy against the jail that's being built in Chinatown and the art galleries that are coming in because Chinatown is hip and cool, but the residents that are there are no longer able to afford living in Chinatown. And so the audience is essentially invited to come in and reimagine and rebuild Chinatown to what they think the vision should be. People are obviously able to take out the extra, for example, arrest tiles that are here, but people are also able to put in new community resources that they should be there, such as public libraries, community resource centers. And so this piece is also a larger exploration of what aging in all ethnic enclaves looks like. This piece is called Aging Out of Place because aging in place is a field of government policy to help elderly stay in their communities and age instead of having to be displaced into a care home. But this piece is aging out of place because not only are elderly moving literally from their home countries in a completely new city and new country to learn a new language, so they really lose all of that security in their old age. And so this is a question for all ethnic enclaves, right? How can we preserve all of the immigrants that are happening and all the ethnic enclaves, and how can we protect them from the gentrification and isolation of aging in a new place?